Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's realistic review in which we are taking a look at the P-63A-5, a plane that has been requested a year and a half ago or something. I just didn't get around to it time and time again, patches or other planes taking priority. And now finally, I don't even remember who requested it, but it was on my to-do list a long way down, let's say. And let's go into her. She sits at 3.7 battle rating. Excellent plane. You have to get the altitude with this plane. It is a energy fighter slash boom and zoomer. Excellent plane in those two roles. It is not too great as a turn fighter, but the overall maneuverability isn't half bad. It's quite decent. The maximum speed in this plane at sea level without WEP is 524 kilometers an hour, and with WEP it's 547 kilometers an hour. At 4500 meters it's 475 kilometers an hour without WEP and 493 kilometers an hour with WEP. Let's take some aim, and there we go. Whether that guy had very bad situational awareness or he was AFK climbing, try to be good at both. Don't AFK climb and don't forget to look behind you every 30 seconds at least, and preferably every 20 seconds. At 6500 meters the top speed without WEP is 445 kilometers an hour and with WEP 453 kilometers an hour. A good speed overall this plane has, it's very nice. And in a dive it is absolutely brutal. The top speed in a dive in this plane is 848 kilometers an hour before it redlines and 900 kilometers an hour before it rips apart. And that is absolutely magnificent, and that is also very close to the efficient dive speed. The control stiffening is non-existent almost before 750, and after 750 you notice a little bit, but the roll rate stays very well. The elevator stays very functional. This plane is absolutely crazy in a dive, and yeah, you can pull through in this plane. You can pretty much outdive anybody you'll face without fear of ripping apart. So that is absolutely amazing. That makes it a very good boom and zoomer slash energy fighter. For an energy fighter, of course, the climb rate and the vertical energy retention come into play. The vertical energy retention is very good, and the climb rate is also good, so that supports each other very well for those two roles. The energy retention in the horizontal is excellent. It holds its speed very well when you come out of the dive, and if you go into slow zoom after that, you can come back to altitude with no problems. The acceleration in a plane in a dive is excellent, and in a straight line very good. Firepower is great with a very good ammo load. It has 130 as we go and try to revenge this ally. I wanted to save the ally, but we get a crit, unfortunately not a kill yet. One 37mm M4 cannon with 30 rounds. I used a default belt for that, and it has 4 50 cals, or also known as the M2 Browning machine guns. Two of them in the wing have 250 rounds per gun, and the two in the nose have 270 rounds per gun in the nose. Very nice ammo load when it comes to that. For vertical maneuvers like we are going to execute in the next two confrontations, the stall speed is quite nice with 165 kilometers an hour, and the energy retention and the acceleration both help with that. So it's pretty good with stall maneuvers as well. We cannot match the roll rate though of this A4, and he does use his roll rate to good effect. We take her up back into the vertical, and that is a portion where he cannot follow us as efficiently as we can, so he's gonna stall out here. Before we cannot get guns on target though yet, but he is stalling out, and we still have almost 300 kilometers an hour as we start at this little loop. So we come out close to our stall speed here as well. Didn't quite stall out yet, but we did manage to put ourselves on his butt basically. Missing a few shots here. He again is using his roll rate to good effect, which is basically well, what he should do and try to make me overshoot. He didn't succeed though. Once we got close, I knew I had to spam it a little bit, the gun. This is not very good in head-on. For head-on you should basically only try to use the 50 cals. I kind of rusty with that, so made a mistake there. Didn't quite pull enough lead, so that was risky business there. He had enough energy to pull up a little longer after me than I thought he could, and he did get a hit in. The tail is yellow and the flaps are, so, but everything still functions, so there is that. You have to be careful with the flaps though. The flaps do rip off at 410 kilometers an hour, which isn't too great. Turn time overall is average, and not even decent when you employ the flaps. They do help a little bit. Roll rate overall is good, and maneuverability overall with the roll rate and the turn time average is decent. Overheating in the plane is easily manageable, almost non-existent. Only with extensive weapon can you get her to overheat, and that is well, and that is then easily cooled off, let's say. Durability in the plane is also good. It can take a hit or two, and but the engine is in a good place in that sense. If you get in a head-on, you don't easily get damage to the engine. But there's other situations where you can take. That should have been a kill. I think I hit him with at least two 37mm, but unfortunately I didn't get him there, so I had to extend. I made another pass, didn't get him again. Although I think that was another hit. He's smoking from all kinds of holes there. But not down yet, he's still flying straight. So here we go again. I'm just using the 50 cals here now, as apparently the 37 wasn't quite as effective on this plane as I might have hoped. The plane is sluggish when it is below 300 kilometers an hour, so this plane is best when it's faster than 300, preferably faster than 400. That is its sweet spot, between 400 and 700 kilometers an hour. This plane has a wide sweet spot because it doesn't have any control stiffening, so in any direction you put it, 400, 700 kilometers an hour is fantastic for this plane. Makes it very maneuverable in the roll rate. When it's fast, the roll rate is even slightly better than good. And yeah, overall this plane is absolutely fantastic in the flight performance. Like I said, energy fighter and a boom and zoomer. You can use it in both roles. It is definitely not a turn fighter, although the roll rate is good and you can make one or two good turns when it's fast. There's this plane is not the best when turning, and it does lose most of its speed when it is turning. So better not do that, because you don't want to lose that speed, let's say. And the plane is better, much better in other roles, which are much preferable to use this plane. And if you do it, and if you try to side climb in this plane a little bit, although side climb is not really necessary, but there's definitely planes out there that can get to the same altitude as this plane, and you make sure that you are the highest plane, you can use this plane with impunity. It's really very good when you get up to altitude and speed and you have the energy advantage on your opponents. Then this plane can definitely make the difference in a match. As we go for a BV-238 attack here. 37s make short work of her, and there we go. I waited until he turned. If you saw, he was right below me. He wanted to turn back to the airfield, I think, and get his rear guns pointed at me if I wanted to make another approach. I didn't give him that opportunity. I dived down only when he was turning. 5 kills, second place in the team. Let's see what kind of rewards we got for that performance. We've got Final Blow, Survivor, Terror of the Sky, 85,000 Silver Lions and 5,100 research points. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now, absolutely stunning plane when it comes to dive speed and handling in a dive, and its characteristics for energy fighting and boom and zooming. The plane is absolutely gorgeous with a top speed in a dive of 848 kilometers an hour and 900 before the rips. Absolutely great, and the control stiffening only kicking in at around 750 is fantastic. The weaponry is good enough to finish off any planes with a good 37 and 450 cals that you could fire separately if you want, or simultaneously to have more lead in the air. Whatever you prefer, you can do that. Great firepower to finish things off. Good acceleration, very good actually, and excellent in a dive. Excellent energy retention in the horizontal and very good in the vertical. With a good climb rate, this plane is a natural boom and zoom / energy fighter, and you can have a lot of fun in this plane. Be careful when it's slow, it becomes sluggish below 300 kilometers an hour. But overall, this plane is a beauty. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.